So I'm Nina, I'm a junior studying computer science, and I am an outreach director for women in computing at Cornell. Like, yes, I think coming into Cornell, you meet a lot of people who are like at Google and Facebook, and they're like so cool, and you always wonder like how you're ever gonna match up to them. But I think like going through the years, I become less worried about going into the industry and more worried about like how to succeed at Cornell itself, because I think you kind of know you're gonna end up somewhere when you graduate, which is really nice. But compared to all these people, like in Cornell themselves, the culture is really bad, and there's this like competition that's always going on, and you always feel like you're never gonna match up to people like in your classes or people who are doing like awesome project teams or just like crazy like outside school things. And so I think like I really doubt my abilities like in school itself, which is kind of tough because I'm still in school. So it's definitely like a systematic thing. I guess when you start young, the thing with computer science is it's coming from people who are already inclined towards that sort of thing. So if you're a man, your like video games are advertised to you and those sort of things. And so if those sort of things are advertised to you, then you're going to be more interested in those sort of things. But for girls, you're not going to be interested in those sort of things because they're not advertised to you. So that's when you're young. And especially like if you don't have a certain income level, again, those types of things are not going to be available to you. As you get older, I hear a lot of guys who are like, I got interested in CS because I got my first computer and that's how it started. And I don't hear a lot of girls being like, I got my first computer. So again, same thing. And of course, if you can afford a computer, like there's that whole gap. And then like as it gets older, is since that kind of thing starts young, as you get older, you're not going to meet other girls who have that sort of experience, so you're never going to be exposed to that sort of background, and so you're never going to be inclined to go into that field. And so like by the time you get to high school, by the time you get to college, like going into computer science is not going to be something that crosses your mind because it never was something that was advertised for you or something that was catered to you or something that was like saying that like there's a space for you in this field. So I think that's why the gap is so big. I really look up to, oh my god, I forgot her name. Oh, Wilma Rudolph. So I really look up to Wilma Rudolph. She was born with a version of polio back in like the 50s or 60s, I think. But she like went on to become like the first American woman to win like 3 gold medals in a single Olympics. She was like a track star. And just like knowing that she started from this illness that like kind of affected her for a lot of her life, and being able to go do something that's like the total opposite of that is like wild, and becoming the first to do that is just like kind of really inspiring, but also like really scary, because being the first person to do something is always the scariest thing in the world. So it's like I'm almost glad that there are so many people who've already done the first of so many things so that I can follow up and be like, all right, now let's get everybody else to do it.